Hey guys, welcome to our review of Mashin Sentai Kiramager, episode 11. As always, I'm your host of Person Stratos. Here with me today we have
Cinder Blaze.
And Makotoa.
dudes. Welcome back. Before we dive into our thoughts on this episode, I just wanted to mention that we here at Go Man Go stand in full support of the Black Lives Matter movement. And for that, we have links in the description down below to places you can help donate and help sign petitions, whatever you feel like doing. But with that said, let's hop into our review and then get into your guys' review of the show. It's your comments. We're talking about your comments. I thought this episode was great. I mean, it had been quite a dry spell since we'd seen the Kiramager episode, and like, man, hearing the opening again, it was so good. Like just getting more Kiramager was just really good. But it had a wonderful, it was one of the time loop episodes. And it functioned perfectly fine. Like, I enjoyed it, top to bottom.
Yeah. I felt like this was surprisingly a decent episode. I think like the second we saw like this guy behind Michael and I, we're just like, oh man, this is gonna be a good episode. Because like when an actor puts in that much effort into this, like, you just can't help but just like love the rest of the episode. Yeah. The time loop stuff, usually something that goes pretty awful because it's not executed well, but I think they just contained it well enough that
I genuinely have, in recent memory, I've not seen a bad loop episode. Because like it's really easy to hit the highs and lows of that, like the emotional highs and the emotional lows of those pretty quick. Like it just feels like a standard dialogue you have, and it's a really fun one for me, at least. I've never not enjoyed one of these.
Just like with shonen tournament arcs, never not enjoyed them.
I'm sorry, I can only handle this for maybe a week. If you stretch out a tournament arc across maybe 10 days, no. Centered around a character I absolutely hate, no.
Yo, speaking of tournaments, that guy got whooped.
Oh man, I called it from the start, man. I felt his pain. This guy didn't even use his main on like him to beat him in an actual like competitive setting. You see all that salt, and that's the kind of salt you see in real life when that kind of stuff happens, because you're not doing that. Like, most people aren't oblivious when they shit on you with their like secondary. They're doing it on purpose. That's how little they see you know.
He is technically like in a B league or something, and we have Yellow kind of being like the top of the entire scene, so it kind of makes sense for something like that to happen. Like, that's the way I kind of saw it, but I guess like from that perspective, it's a bit more BM than I expected.
Are you saying that he was a bit beleaguered after the loss? That's good. I needed that one. I needed that base.
That was one of the worst ones you've ever said.
I swear, I believe it.
You beleague it.
Get out of here.
I thought that the rest of the cast really didn't play much of a part, and I kind of liked it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, they tried to give Red something.
I'm glad it didn't do much.
It did, yeah. Like, I don't know if the show knew that was sort of weak and just shoved it to the side or not, but it did feel weak, and I'm glad we did dwell on it, whether or not the show knew it or not. They did make reference to it again and said, hey, yeah, thanks for yesterday, even though you don't remember.
Yeah, I'm tired of these like red blessing episodes.
Yeah.
Like, you may now succeed and learn your lesson.
But I mean, that aspect is pretty par for the course, and I'm glad. I mean, if it has to exist, it didn't like, I don't know, take too much of the episode, and we got a lot of quality time with Yellow and learning his lesson.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a good time. I liked the little twist. I mean, at the end, the way that he ended up winning. That's what I mean. I should say.
yeah,
Whereas,
Dormammu.
like, yeah, it's not your typical. Oh, I'll just blow the thing up and that'll stop it. You know.
and you know what keeps the formula fresh, at least in my mind. Like, I don't think I've seen the same conclusion to a time loop episode.
Yeah.
Like,
I
This happened in
agree.
Doctor Strange.
huh?
This happened in Doctor Strange. He came to a bargain with Dormammu like
Oh,
over and over and
yeah.
over again. He just got sick and tired of it. And he just quit.
That's fair. That's fair.
Except
I
this
can-
one
I
I
can
can
see
make
some
the. Except this one I can make the Yu-Gi-Oh comparison. Mystical Space Typhoon does not negate. See what I'm saying now?
No, I don't.
Wait! Destroying the button does not stop the button's activation.
Well, I mean, like,
That made no fucking sense.
What?
You
Yeah,
just had to
that did-
press it every single time.
yeah.
Like, that is
I
a
don't know, that
continuous
was
spell, sir. MSD does
No.
negate.
No, it's not.
Or resolve without resolution, whatever. You know?
It's a trap.
Hey, anyway, the episode was pretty good. I don't know too much else to say. Because like my friends on the streets were calling it, you know, more of a filler episode, and I guess, you know, it's not. It doesn't really have too much bearing on the plot or anything, but like doing character work, like doing really good character work, or having like a really good. I don't know. I suppose in a way it doesn't add to the overall narrative, but I don't know.
I say it can.
Sure.
I say it can because at the end of the day, if I've enjoyed a character enough, when he does have those narrative moments, that's gonna only bring that level of story development and that plot and whatever you want to call it up to an even higher level than I would before if it was a character that I didn't get those moments with. I didn't get that development with, you know?
Sure. But
Yeah.
like, is filler, is it then not considered filler if you enjoyed it? Or does filler only have a negative connotation?
I feel like
Well,
there was
I
only the
feel
stuff
like
that
this-
affects the plot
This
overall.
is filler, but also still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to have like
For this episode in particular, where the lesson was just kind of like go out, you know, and give your best like from the get go. I
Mhm.
don't think that's gonna persist in the following episode.
fair.
I mean, like following episode's gonna be something different, but like, you know, they're not just gonna like one shot.
yeah, this
like,
is pretty like self-contained, right? This
Yeah.
episode
Who
could have
knows?
landed.
The button could come back in some way because
Oh,
we saw
yeah.
the Gemini. We saw the Gemini, I guess, crystal.
You're right,
Return.
the button. That's
Yeah.
actually super
Cutama.
busted.
No, but like once again, I said this on the streets, but it would be really neat if like we get toward the end of the series and the good guys are losing and all that stuff, and then just suddenly out of nowhere, like we start up another episode and we see Yellow freaking out, like he's so tired, he's done this millions of times because he actually went back to use the button and they've lost every single time. That would be neat, and would also create another tie to Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
think
it
about
would. Yeah, it would.
It would be neat. It would add
The-
more gravity.
The
to
button
this
is the
situation.
time stone.
For real, yeah. Like, what if it shot him all the way back to that arc?
oh my god.
Yeah, just because it's tied to episode 11. So it'd
That
have
would
to run
suck.
through the whole thing, yeah. Is Michael frozen for you?
No.
Oh, okay. Just me then. Yeah, I don't know. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot of fun all the way through. Did you guys have anything else before we hop into the comments?
No.
All right, cool. I believe we only had one the last time I checked, and I didn't remember getting a notification otherwise. So let's take a look at the one Oh my God, we're at 702 subscribers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, thanks,
Wow.
guys.
Mm.
That was a surprise. I wasn't expecting to say anything. I wasn't expecting to announce
Thanks,
anything,
guys,
but also
for
thank
over
you.
700 subscribers.
Yeah,
we
what the
appreciate
hell?
it so very much.
Yes.
Oh.
Whatever Alex says. We got a comment from Dustin Smith, who I have not heard nor seen from before, ? Or at least in recent memory. So welcome. Does anyone know what the theme of the Marsk is? I get he's a reset button, but a reset button of what exactly? When I looked him up on magazine scans of the following Kiramager episodes from 10 to 12, I saw Tamatomo in the picture. I thought that his theme would be that of a reset button on a game console, which would tie nicely into this being a Tamatomo focus episode. But after completing the episode, I'm still a bit confused on the theme. The only other thing I can think of is maybe the reset button on an electronic alarm clock, but even that I'm not sure of. What do you think?
Yeah, it didn't really seem like I didn't understand why he had two faces on the mask or like on his face.
I mean, I think specifically he's talking about the button itself, but I like the design of the mask. At first, I thought his head, like, it had the infinity symbol,
Yeah.
right, and then a regular mask, and then a broken mask, like you're stuck in an infinite loop, and you just can either go good or bad.
Okay.
And his head was a globe, so I feel like that made sense. But the button itself, it was a button. There's no.
It was just so like Yellow would be stuck in the time loop with them. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know that there's any sort of like significance to what the button's supposed to look like.
I just loved how it was detachable. He just like.
I know.
There you
Yeah.
go.
You know what? Maybe the functionality of it being detachable or it having to be detachable. Maybe they didn't put as much into it. Put as much thought into it. They just needed button.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
But, it being detachable reminded me of like a Lupin collection.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, neato. So thank you for the comment. Thank you guys for 702 subscribers. Excuse me. The last time we spoke on camera, we were at 699, but now we are past 700. And typically we do that thing where we like bounce between 699 and 701 for like a week. But we're here right now at 702. So thank you so much to everyone who subscribed, who likes all this stuff, and is enjoying this content with us. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. This episode is coming out in and around the same time as our watch-alongs for the stuff happening this week. So if you're interested, go over and check those out. And if you want your comments read, put them into the watch-alongs and we'll talk about them in the reviews. And hey, also, there are links in the description down below to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement by signing petitions and donating if you can. So guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
Yep. See ya.
Yeah.
Hell!
If you want your comments red, if you want your comments blue.